Hello everyone and welcome to another Transformers review with me, Ferris. Today we're going to be taking a look at another knockoff, and this is JinBao's DF05 Evil Energy Destroy Emperor, or G1 Megatron, which is what I'm going to call him because that title is far too long. So we've got him in his gun mode at the moment. So we'll go through the accessories and then we'll get into some comparisons, and then we'll do the transformation and see what he's like in robot mode. So he comes with quite a lot actually, given the price of this. He was about $18, so somewhere around sort of 13 quid. So he's a decent price for what you get. So let's start off having a look at what we have. So he comes with a stand in a few separate pieces. So you get this base part and it's done in a clear plastic. Now this is the exact same stand that came with their Optimus and Black Convoy figures. I don't have them to hand. I've got the figures, I just don't have the stands, they're packed away. But it comes in 3 pieces. So you just clip them together like so. It does come apart quite easily as well, so you could do that, and then you, I'm actually not going to, oh yeah, no I can do. You just pop it in there like that. Actually, tell a lie, it comes in 4 parts because there's this little bit as well, and then that just pops on the top. So it's sort of slightly ratcheted, but it's, I wouldn't try and click it round. I would definitely say take it apart and move it to the bit you want it at, otherwise it will probably break at some point because, you know, it's clear plastic and that's what clear plastic does for fun. So anyway, you get that. You get this bit, and I will come to that when we get to transformation. You get a pair of pointing hands, and they're just on a little sprue. Just need to clip those off. You get a pair of splayed hands, and again it's just on a little sprue. You need to clip those off. You get a little mini gun. It's basically everything that came with what's his masterpiece number? The 2.0 is it MP44? I can never remember the numbers. It basically comes with everything that came with. So yeah, so you get this cute little gun. Actually, it's really nicely done. It's this colour plastic, and it's painted with a lighter purple and then a black handle. Nice little bit of detail in there as well, given the size of it, because it's really tiny. So you have that. You get a little helmet, and I've dropped it again, flipping it. You get the little helmet, so he can control his evil Optimus clone, and this bit here is getting smaller and smaller. I've got tiny hands and even I'm having difficulty holding onto this. This bit comes separately, you have to plug it in, and I'm actually not entirely sure I got it the right way round. It just goes in a tiny wee hole there, just in there. So I think I might have had that the wrong way around. I think it goes in that way. So there's that. You get, what should we do next? You get this little piece. Ooh, not the camera. And this is to use with the effects parts. So you get 3 of these quite nicely done clear purple effects parts. And they're really nicely done. I'll just I'll put 2 off to one side so we can have a closer look at one of them. Let's get this to focus in. There we go. It's very soft, rubbery plastic. but it doesn't seem to be bubbles or anything in it, so it's quite nicely cast. Oh, and I dropped it again. So you have that, and what you do is you take this little bit, and then that fits in there like so, and then that allows you to put it in the barrel like that. I think it looks a little bit awkward, but I can see why they've done it that way. So let's just pop him back there, and that piece works with all of the effects. Mine came with this bit attached, this tiny little bit, and I wasn't sure that it was going to come off. At first I thought it was glued on because it was on really tightly, but no, I managed to get it off. So that goes on there. So it's just that bit. And then he comes with this bit, and I think this is the coolest one. It's really spiky. So we have those. You get the obligatory Energon mace. You get a really tiny key to Vector Sigma. It's really nicely done, actually. It's plastic, but it's got a nice metal flake paint job. Actually, I'm not sure if it's a paint job or if it's cut. No, I think it's actually cast in that metal flake gold. So that's quite nice. You get 2 extra faces. So you get a... Hold on, let me do this individually. They're so small. You get a maniacally grinning Megatron. And you get a grumpy Megatron. He's got a bit of something on his nose. I don't know if that's going to come off. It might be a chip, actually. It's difficult to tell. So small, these. So that's those. And you get, see if I get this terminology correct. I believe this is the stock. We'll have a closer look at that in a minute. And you get this silencer piece. And you get a pretty basic, but actually really nicely done instruction booklet. So that's that. So mine came in robot mode, but I transformed him a couple of times, and I thought I'd start off in gun mode. I thought it'd be a bit easier this way around. So, right, let's have a look at this stock then. So, let me just move that out of the way so this will focus in. Come on, camera. It's playing me up today. There we go. So, it has this piece on the top where you connect it to the back here. And just like every other Megatron, it'll open up like this. So you can either use it as the stock, or you can use it for the scope mode when we get to robot mode. But for the moment, let's put this on here, see if I'm getting this the right way up. So it just fits in there like so. I think I've got that the right way up. And then you get the silencer part. And they're all just cast in black plastic. Oh, that piece comes out as well. Oh, didn't realise that came out. There you go. Does it all come apart? Oh yeah, the whole thing comes apart. Oops. Oh dear. Maybe it's not meant to come apart because that bit's just rocketed out. Oh no. Oh no, I think it does come apart. There's nothing in the instructions that say that it's meant to come apart. So, oh well, there you go. So then that goes on the muzzle bit here, and I should point out for our American friends that yes, it does come with the little orange peg thing in there, but it just comes straight out. I didn't have any trouble getting mine out. So that just goes on there like so, and then there you have that hole set up like that. And that's about as technical as I'm going to get with this, because I don't really understand guns. I'm British, so we don't have them here. So yeah, that's how it goes. And yeah, I mean, it looks alright for a gun, I guess. So I'll just take these pieces off. Oh, hello. Oh, that's not gone well. Maybe that's why it comes apart, just in case you lose the tip of the gun. Oh dear. Alright, okay, let's see if I can shove this out. Oh no, it's got stuck. No. Oh, I can't get that out. Right. Hold on a minute. Right, got it. I don't know what happened there. It just got stuck in there. I didn't realise all these pieces came apart, to be perfectly honest, because I wasn't really expecting it. Alright, let's take this off. Alright, let's have a closer look at the gun mode itself. I mean, given the size of it, it's not a bad little gun mode. It's a bit wide, but there again, maybe guns are that wide. I don't know. But it's not bad. It's not a bad little mode. And I mean, at least it is a gun. I don't like guns, but as far as I'm concerned, Megatron should be a gun, always. I don't really care for the tank mode, never really have. It was alright in Micron Densetsu, but don't really care for it otherwise. But yeah, it's not bad. It's mostly cast in grey. It does have a small amount of metal flake in it. It's not massively shiny, but you know, you can just see it sparkles a little bit, so it's okay. This is cast black plastic, and this is painted silver. So if you are gonna use that this butt piece, that sounds so weird to say. If you are going to use that, just be mindful that it might scrape some of the paint off. I don't know, but it could do, so you know. The scope on the top does come off. It's just on a sort of a peg there, and you'll see how this works during the transformation. So I'm going to leave that off for now. Again, just like the other pieces, it's just cast in black plastic. It's slightly shiny. There's a little bit of metal flake in it by the looks of it, so it's quite nice. And yeah, I guess that's about it for the gun mode. Oh, there's a couple more pieces of silver paint under here, and there's a little, what do you call that, the hammer piece there. So you can't really see a great deal of robot mode on this. It's pretty tidy, I think. So let's have a look at some comparisons. So we've got Megatron there, and this is the JinBao Optimus Prime, and the Hot Soldiers Soundwave. G1 scale, ladies and gentlemen, because that makes perfect sense. Oh, I love G1. It is my favourite. Alright then, let's pop these out of the way and let us get to transformation. Okay, so let's get this in focus. What you want to start by doing is you need to bring this rear panel down. So you just need to unclip this, and it's held in by two quite large pegs there that go into ports just by there, and you need to pull the whole thing down like that. Now you can either carry on with the legs, or you can do it by the instructions that go up the top. So we'll do this bit first, because this is the way the instructions say to do it. So what you need to do here is you need to come this side, and you need to get this panel out from here, and it just pops out like that. and that's one of his arms. It will swing on this armature here, so you just need to swing it out to the side, and then you can take the other arm, and if you see here, the fist is just hiding underneath this bridge piece here, so you need to swing the hand out to the side and then just rotate it around, and again it's on another armature this side, so just bring that around. Then you need to form the arms, and on this side what you need to do is see here, you need to fold this in half. It's on a double joint, so just fold that up like that, and that's that. And then you need to just slide the arm out like so, and we will come back to that shortly. And then on this side it's the same here, you need to fold this up here like so, and that will just sit like that. And then this arm's slightly different, so what you need to do here is you need to straighten it out like that, and then you flip this whole thing up and over, and it will tab in just there. Oh no, tell a lie, doing it incorrectly. You just need to leave it like that. Then you need to bring this whole arm around, that's where it tabs in. I know I'd get it wrong, I always get it wrong somewhere along the line, come on guys. So you need to bring it round on this joint here, and it then will tab in there, like so. I haven't transformed this very often because there's a reason for that, and I'll get to it when I get to it. And then we will just leave that arm floating around there for now. So that's the two arms. Now we'll come down to the legs, and what you want to do here is you need to open these two pieces here, and there is a peg on the underside of this part, so if you swing this piece up first and then this one out, I mean it wouldn't matter if you just pulled it straight apart, but I think for ease of transformation it's better to do it that way. And then this whole section here is tabbed together in a couple of places, so you just need to bring it out like so. As you can see, it tabs in. There's a tab there, and a port there, and then a tab and a port, and a tab and a port there that just go in together like that. Come back around this side, and then what you need to do is you need to move this part on this side, and you need to swing it up, and that peg that we've just looked at, or rather that tab, is going to go into this hole here. So you need to lift it up slightly as you get around here. So just lift it and you pop it over, and that'll just hold on there. And that's the same on the other side. Bring it round, flip it up, and press it down like that. At this point you can sort the feet out, and on this side you've got this little hammer piece, so you just need to straighten that out, and then that foot will just move upwards, and it'll just sort of sit in that part like that. Then you come to this side again, and you want to rotate this whole piece around, so you just flip it around like so till it's in this position, and then you just close this up, and as you close this up, that small heel piece there will just rest in here like, that's not going to do it now, look, it's because I've got that bit in the way, like so. And then that just sort of, it doesn't really tab in, it just sort of holds. And then you need to do that on the other side, so you need to bring the foot up, so bring the foot up like so, and then rotate this piece around, and then clip this in, and then again this is just going to rest in this piece here like so. So that's the legs. Then what you need to do, the hips are in this position in the gun mode, so they're together. So you just need to raise them up as if you're doing the splits, and then you bring them back down like so, so you get a nice leg spread there. And then you just need to rotate the legs around out the way so that they are facing forwards. Now just bring these side skirts down like so, and we will finish off the torso section. So what you need to do here is you need to take the gun barrel, and it's held in, there's a peg just in here, so you need to pull it out slightly and then open it up, and we'll just leave that down the back for a minute. And then this piece here will rotate around like so. Now this is where it gets slightly tricky, because there are tabs on the top of the shoulders, and they are meant to go in, just meant to rest in here, but it's a bit of an issue getting them in. At least I found it a bit of an issue. So you need to just bring the shoulders out, just make sure everything's sort of out of the way, and then you need to put, there's a hole there and a rather large tab there. So the idea is that you push that into there, and it's the same on the other side. You push that into there, and then this whole section is then supposed to fold over, but it's a bit tricky when you've got the arms in situ. So the only other way I've found to do it without really flexing this plastic is to leave the arms out, is to bring it over most of the way till you get to about there, then bring the shoulders in on both sides, if they will go. That one has. It's this side that's the issue. And then as you're bringing them in, sort of wiggle this bit over. I don't think it's meant to be this awkward. It's probably just me doing something wrong, because it's usually just me doing something wrong. But I can't for the life of me to get it to work all at the same time. Right, there we go. So then you just, and that one's popped out, and right now it's in. Right, leave it alone. It's in. It's just a little bit awkward, and you just need to move the arms, put them in the right sort of direction like so. You can, at this point, you can just bring this down here, and then what you need to do, and this is the bit where I have an issue, because I don't know how well you can see it. This part here, the guard, is getting extremely stressed, and I have only transformed this thing 3 times. Once from robot into gun, then gun back to robot, and then from robot back to gun. This will be the 4th transformation, and this is already this badly stressed, and I'll show you why. This piece here, you're supposed to flip up, and then this entire piece you need to shove through this hole. And that's where the problem comes in, because there is no clearance for that at all. That's it from the other side. Because what it does is it fills in Megatron's belly part, but you can't, there's no safe way to do it. You have to flex this, and that is an issue, because at some point that is going to break, and I am terrified that is just going to snap. So once I finish transforming this, that's it. It's never getting transformed again. So you need to, I really hate this, you need to kind of lift it and shove it through. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. I don't like this at all. And there's no other way to do it, because if you do it, let me show you. If you leave that flip down, it fills in this bit, and you need this bit free, because it comes over this part here. So you have to do it this way. Alright, there we go. There we go. And you can see how much I needed to flex that, and I don't like that at all. Right, so this piece here then forms Megatron's belly section. And it, you know, I mean, it looks nice, don't get me wrong, but no, it's just horrible. And then to finish it off, you bring this piece down and you just rotate the barrel of the gun upwards like so. And you are almost done. Now, now remember this bit from earlier? Yeah, you've got a little bit of parts forming to do here. And I didn't realise because it doesn't tell you in the instructions. And when I first transformed him into his gun mode, something pinged off and I went, what the heck is that? And then it took me a good 5 minutes to find out where it came from. And it's a filler piece, and it just goes in there. You can see there's a tab on it, and it just goes in there. And it just fills out that part there. But like I say, it didn't tell you in the instructions, so when I transformed him to his gun mode the first time, it just pinged off. Right, and after all that, and the stress, what you end up with is actually a really nice little Legends-ish scale Megatron. And he does look fantastic. He's absolutely gorgeous. He's definitely better than the last one I had. I mean, it's just, there's nothing in it really. But yeah, it's just that transformation. Right, so let's have a little play. So before I put his fusion cannon back on his arm, let's just run down the articulation. He's pretty well articulated actually, it's quite nice. His head is on a ball joint, so you mainly get rotation. You don't really get much up, and you only get a little bit of down, and nothing from side to side really. It's just a helmet, it's just in the way. His arms will go all the way around, and they will go in and out here. And you also do get a nice little bit of butterfly. It's not great, but you know, for this scale figure, it's not bad. You get about 90 degrees at the elbow. I don't think there's any. No, there's no swivel. There is a bicep swivel, but there's nothing else. So you can't actually like rotate his arm at that point. But again, not bad. The hands do rotate. Due to transformation, he does have a waist swivel, and he does have a little bit of ab crunch. You can move his legs forward that much, back that much, so not too much, out to the side all the way if you move that hip skirt out of the way. He does have a little over 90 degrees at the knee. If you want foot articulation, you kind of have to undo this bit here. So I mean, you don't have to put that in there. The toe doesn't go up and down, but it does rotate a bit, so you can get some side to side there. And this obviously moves up and down for transformation, but I don't know how much use you actually get out of that. So, given his size class, he's not bad. He's pretty decent. So, let's get his arm cannon on. And what you want to do here is on his right arm, you can see here, this had to be flipped down for transformation. So what you need to do now is you need to flip it up. And this is the reason I haven't cut my nails today, because it's a bit awkward to get up if you don't have any nails. I can get away with it. So. And then you just take this, and you can see there that the pattern there corresponds with that there. And you just now you can't put it on in this I can't think of the word. You can't put it on that way. You have to rotate his arm this way. because that bit just gets in the way. I mean, you could probably rotate that out of the way if you wanted to put it on that way. Let's see if that works. Yeah, you could do it that way if you rotate that bit out of the way, but leaving that where it's meant to be, it doesn't work. You have to have it this way. But then I think most people probably have it this way anyway. But it does restrict the arm movement, but it's Megatron, it's always done that, so there's that. Right, let's stand man, stand. Alright, what else do we have? So we can do the thing where he what is it? He sort of stands, doesn't he? He sort of stands and holds everything in place. I can never remember how to do this. I think you have to take the arm cannon off. Yeah, you have to take the arm cannon off again. So that, yes, I'm looking at the instructions. I never do this. So you take the arm cannon off, and you can affix the arm cannon to the top of the silencer piece. That goes on like that, and then you put those pieces together like so, and he can do that thing where he's looking over there. He's going to shoot Optimus in the chest or something, so he can do that. So that's that. Let's get that out of the way, and we'll pop that back on. And you can use the same piece we used before to put the blast effects on. At least I think you can. Yes, you have to use it the other way around though. So the first time we used it this way around, get it to focus. So we had it this way around. You need to change it, and we need to have it this way around this time. So you can just plug that in like so. That actually looks pretty good. That's not bad. And you can do that with any of these effects. I'm going to use this one because I think that looks pretty cool. I like that one. Yeah. And we can give him his Energon mace. Actually, that's not a mace, that's a flail. Because maces have a static handle. See, that I do know. Medieval weaponry, I'm fine with. Guns, yeah, not so much. Right, if you didn't want that, or if you wanted to really arm him up, you can give him the teeny weeny little one as well. Let's see if I can get that in his hand. Let's put that in there. Oh, that's not going to work. We can kind of hold it gangster, you know, like sideways. That's a thing, right? I've seen that on rap videos. But he can't hold the key to vector sigma. But pretty sure none of them can. I suppose you could if you sort of hang it on a finger, maybe, if you wanted to do that. Because yeah, okay. And let's give him his little helmet. There we go. So he's going to go into battle with his clone, and all of these weapons, he's armed to the proverbial teeth, and I can't get him to stand properly. Stand, man, stand. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so I've got one of the weapons stuck to my arm. Right, let's have a look at his alternate faces. So I'll take this off again. And I do believe that this is just a matter of getting your fingernail underneath and popping that off. Yeah, I don't want to come off. I have to take the... Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's just on a peg there. So let's give him... What should we give him? Let's give him the sort of grumpy face. So it just plugs back in. Like it came out. Actually, it's not so grumpy, is it? When you look at it on the figure, it's not so grumpy. Yeah, I don't care for that one very much. Let's take that off again. And then let's put, this is the one I like. I always kind of like the maniacally grinning Megatrons. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I like that one. I'm going to leave that one on. So that's about it for the figure itself. So let's put him over here and let's see what he looks like with the other figures that we looked at earlier. So here's JinBao's Prime, and I think that looks quite good. Here is Hot Soldier Soundwave. Yeah, I think Soundwave could stand to be a little bit taller. I think that's too short now, but I don't know, maybe JinBao will come out with a Soundwave. I mean, I'll buy every Soundwave going, so it doesn't bother me. Here he is. I'm going to leave Prime there for a minute. Here he is with MFT's Wipe, and that definitely works. Yeah, that is a good size. I like that a lot. Because I have him here. Here is Siege Bumblebee. Sorry, not Siege, Earthrise Bumblebee. Too big, but it gives you an idea. With a modern... I mean, they're saying deluxe, but it's not a deluxe, is it, guys? Everybody knows this is a Legion or a Legends class figure in a deluxe box that they're charging us twice the price for. And we're daft enough to buy. I am, anyway. Here he is with Siege Red Alert. So you can see they're actually, although they're marketed as Legends scale, they're actually more like a modern deluxe scale, and that's quite surprising. I hadn't realised that before. But they are, aren't they? They're the same size. That is a deluxe scale figure. A modern deluxe, anyway. So there you have it. That is JinBao's Megatron, G1 Megatron, and yeah, that is definitely, that's going to do me. I don't need another one, because that is pretty much spot on. Oh, and because I have him here, because Paddy was asking yesterday about Springer figures, that is MFT's Springer. That's a nice little Springer, that is, Paddy. I'd recommend you get that one. That's not bad either. That's a pretty decent scale, although maybe his head could be slightly larger. But... So there you have it. That's it. That's it for that JinBao Megatron. Yes, I would say if you're in the market for a Legends going on modern deluxe size G1 Megatron, and you don't mind this issue, or you're not going to transform it enough for that issue to be an issue, it's definitely worth a pickup. I think it's really nice, especially, I mean, I think I ended up paying about 13 quid for it, which I think is pretty decent, especially since, you know, we're paying 20 for this now. So I think for 13 quid, for the amount of stuff that you get with him, 2 extra faces, all the extra hands, the blast effects, the stand, everything that he's holding, I think he's worth it. Absolutely, yeah. I got mine from AliExpress, which is where I get most of my knockoff figures these days. So yeah. Oh, they also do one that is painted completely silver. I went with this one because it's more cartoon accurate, but I may well pick that silver one up at some point. If I do, I'll do a quick review of that one as well. It would just be an update review, though. It would just be like, this is what it looks like in silver. So yeah, if you've got the Optimus, then I would suggest getting this to go with him. But just be really careful of that finger guard bit. That you really shouldn't have to stress it like that. It's terrifying. But anyway. So yeah, as always, hope you've enjoyed this review. I'm sorry this one's gone on a little bit longer than I expected it to, but yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. I realised after I'd finished filming that I forgot to show a couple of bits, so we'll get Simon to just pop this bit in somewhere. So yes, the stand, I forgot to show where that went. So just on his backside, just it's a little hole, and then that will just slide in there. That sounds so wrong, so wrong. So you can have him sort of flying. So you can have him doing all kinds of that sort of thing. So that looks, actually, that does look quite good. And the other thing I forgot, let me just take that out of there, because that looks really painful. The other thing I forgot was to show you how you swap the hands, and it's really simple. They're not even on a ball joint. They just pop out, and they're just on this little. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, it's quite. They're just that. They've just got one of those on there. So yeah, just take that, and so I took this one off, and you just slide it back in, and job done. So you can have him pointing all over the place. That looks, no, don't do that. That looks terrible. Mind you, if anybody's going to do that, it's going to be Megatron, isn't it? So there, so that's, yes, there we go. That's it now. I think I've covered everything. Bye.
Fingers on plastic.